Good evening. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. Welcome to part 5 of 4 of the Stars Without Numbers prep. Yes, it is that weird. We are going to get down and do the hardest and worst part of creating these missions, and that is literally writing the adventures that the adventurers, our noble soldiers, will be going on. Immediately after this session, I'll be playing Fortnite, a zombie survival sandbox game. So if that kind of thing is your jam, stick around. Let's see here. Alright. We need to follow the list. Choose one or more mission tags. Once you know where the PC unit is going to go, roll or choose one or more mission tags to find the basic problem Allied forces have there. Yes, I actually am having hiccups. Then you choose major and minor objectives, make a mission map, and detail objectives. Okay. Each mission tag includes a list of 12 potential objectives and 6 complications. The objectives are designed to fall in 6 general categories: killing an enemy, destroying a position, capturing a location, bringing something important to an ally, retrieving something significant from an enemy, or scouting out information needed by the unit. So let's start there. Mission tags. So, for the first set of missions, players will be on a specific planet. It's the planet that... Oh boy. I'm gonna have to look it up now. It is... Not that one. Planet split in 2. It is planet Shaina, in the Thordis system. As you can see here, we've got 5 million in each army facing down 5,000 in each army. And the players will be picking which side of that conflict they want to be on. The mission tag is 1D100. Randomly, we've got bloop, 15 civilian shields, which makes sense. Tracking down a target. Hot pursuit. Civilian shields. The enemy is using human shields to protect important sites. These luckless wretches are usually neutral civilians rounded up from the surrounding area and forced to remain in place atop some military depot or command center. Any attack on the site is certain to create gruesome casualties, as any enemy cold enough to take this step is perfectly capable of adding to the civilian body count as needed. Among some cultures, this behavior might be considered a perfectly ordinary tactic to add extra suffering to an enemy's calculus. In some cases, however, the situation isn't the result of human ruthlessness. The civilians might simply be trapped where they are due to fighting that surrounds them, and they are not able to get clear for fear of being shot down. Others are too determined to protect their property and refuse to leave, even when the enemy sets up a command post on the floor below them. In a few cases, the civilians might actually be zealous allies of the enemy forces, willing to face death in order to discourage the Allied forces from attacking. Tactics like these tend to work very well until they stop working at all. Eventually, all but the most tender-hearted military stop caring about the fate of these civilians and launch attacks regardless of whom might be in the danger zone. I think it should be whom, maybe. Once a war reaches this stage, this tactic is usually abandoned unless the users are confident that the propaganda value is worth the burden of guarding and feeding their shields. Alright, we need major and minor objectives. I should probably figure out what that means. What that means. Mission tags. How many objectives do we need? It doesn't say. That's weird. Using mission tags. Choose a primary objective and 1 to 2 secondary objectives. Let's roll 3d12. And then a d6 for complications. Okay, so we only have two objectives. Our primary objective is kill the troops holding the civilians in place. Operation Blood Rain. Objective primary. Kill troops holding civilians in place. Oh yeah, this is Thordis. Planes outside capital city. Number 2, objective secondary. Execute a civilian who has betrayed the shields. Complication. Civilians are enthusiastic allies of the foe. Man, that's good. That's a real good one. Alright, we've got our mission tags now. I think next up is making a map. Once you have a general grasp of the objective associated with this mission, you are ready to start mapping out the area. There are two general ways of doing this. Each has their own advantage or disadvantage. The first is to create a simple relational map. Begin with a blank sheet of paper. This is Operation Blood Rain. Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. Baby dies until they see the striped chocolate rain. Relational map. On one side of the paper, mark the insertion point. Oh, sudden seer. Sudden cringe. Hit me with your ship names. I know you've been waiting to do it, buddy, and I'm here for you. I'm here like the chocolate blood rain. Some stay dry, and others feel the pain. Warning. Is the ship name Yo Warning, or are you warning me about the ships? Well, I guess we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Da 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 da. Alright. Insertion point for the players. On the east side, we've got insertion point. Some missions and some PC groups. Now, draw 3 loose blobs of rough terrain appropriate to the setting. Tables in the chapter offer some suggestion for features, but anything that fits with the planet and the local surrounds them. Yep, hit me with all 21, buddy. Thick forest, steep cliff, a river too deep to ford. Anything that complicates the PC's lives. Now, place the objectives. Objectives will be relatively obvious if a PC is charged with using guns. A map that consists of nothing but objectives and empty terrain leaves something to be common. Use the resources to roll up a half dozen points of interest and place them accordingly. Interesting. Alright, so let's start writing stuff down. Jamming. Wow, this is going to take a while to get to the end of it. I'm scrolling at high speed. Sudden Betrayal. That's the name of Sudden Cringe's flagship. Sudden Betrayal. The Sudden Betrayal. Now you got a group of enemies they need to deal with. For some foes, it might be a matter of hosing them down. Further calculations might be in order. Possible avenues of approach. Let's see here. Alright, possible avenue of approach. Number 10. Large craters caused by bombardment. Okay. Environmental complication. 8. A bridge or stairway has been blown out. Interesting. I like that. So we're going to start with a ravine. A deep ravine. And the bridge across it is gone. Map features. People and events, urban areas. Oh, good, because I need urban areas. So let's do 1 people and events and 2 urban areas. All right, people and events. 20. The troops have surrounded a foe that's already gone. All right, so on the GM layer, I'm going to have the enemy troops. Have a unit surrounded. However, the unit is already gone. Let's bump that down. Shift enter, boom. Players don't know about that one. Okay, urban features 4 and 2. Streets fallen away into a maintenance tunnel and wildly spewing water main. Black on black. Let's get this stuff back on the token layer. Orbital bombardment, sir. It's the only way to be sure. Alright, so we've got a road with the bridge cut out. Players are going to have to figure out how to get past that. Then they go over it. They find the street in a cityscape. The area they're entering in is bombarded by orbit, so they can try to make their way through the buildings. Or if they want to stealth, they can use the craters to hide in and move forward. We need a wildly spewing water main. We've got on the north side of the city, there is a surround happening at a stadium. Environmental battlefield. /roll 3d12. 3. Complete water lack. We need a brown field. Broken water main. Dead crop fields. Hilarious that the broken water main is right across from them. I like that. And an unstable sand surface. Sand fields. All right, now we need to mark down our objectives. Objective primary. Enemy temporary command center. Civilians placed on roof. Placed on floors above to deter bombardment and artillery attack. And then under the water main is going to be the secondary objective. A secret interrogation facility where a civilian traitor is being held. Right? That's the secondary objective, I think. Execute a civilian who has betrayed the shields. Yep, there they are. So probably he's like in there with the shields, and then he's like, no, we're being held here. We're being held here to prevent, like, this isn't good. We're literally gonna die for this place. Interesting. Sudden, did you send me a list? I don't think it's happened yet. So we got map features. I mean, obviously this isn't the greatest thing I've ever done, but we've got something going on. Battlefield encounters. Things happen across the battlefield. It could be convenient to have a few of them sprawl across the mission objective. Haste is needed in this mission because locals will attack or sell at the objective soon. The wreckage of the battle is 16. Ambush and strip soldier courses. Local activity. This group is doing this around this place. Can I read this? Yes. I think you sent the following lines. Better, huh? Yo, warning. But I didn't see any ship names. You will send me a file on Discord. Files are here. 8, 10. All right. You find random encounter. Recon group ordered to scout is trying to reach a place of safety. Stairwell is out. Around over a bank. Alright, so the players can run into that. Man, that actually went way faster than I thought it would. Like a lot faster. Almost feels like it was kind of a waste. Let's do one more. English Mudkip, welcome. Welcome. We're gonna do one more of these and then we'll switch over to Fortnite. Having 2 missions sounds like a good plan. Pokemon. 36. Elite opposition. Wow. Okay. Thordish, Shanai. And this is going to be a mountain recruiting center. Operation Shadowfall. Yes, you may add me, English Mudkip. I am APGamingREAL on the thing that Fortnite is, whatever they call it. It's dumb, but it's fine. Okay, elite opposition. The enemy has brought out their best for this special occasion. Some sort of elite unit or specialized group of soldiers has been deployed to the battlefield, and they're causing grave problems for the Allies. Usually these hostiles are infantry or armored troops, as such units are easiest for the PCs to engage, though a problem might also revolve around aerial forces that have tech or vehicles that Allies can't readily handle. Most elites have a very distinctive appearance or style of operation, excelling in a particular role on the battlefield. This role can sometimes be a hint as to what the enemy's overall plan is. The PCs are rarely in a position where they have to directly obliterate these elite forces. Aside from a difference in numbers, it's quite possible that these elite might be superior soldiers to low-level PCs. Instead, they usually need to accomplish some objective that hinders the enemy or puts them in a situation where existing allied forces can crush them. Direct confrontation is usually the unhealthiest option. While potent, elite forces are almost always limited in number. The PCs might be able to take advantage of a superior number of allied troops, or force distracting engagements that compels the elites to spread their forces too thinly to withstand a serious assault. Conversely, a hard hit on a tight cluster of enemies might wipe out enough of them to cripple their forces here if the PCs can lure them in. Primary and secondary objectives for this mission are: bring specific counterattack to an allied unit. Bring orbital pinpoint beacon to a specific unit. Secondary objective: locate elusive elites before they can ambush allies. Objective tertiary. I didn't catch the number. Lauren, hello. If you guys don't know who Lauren Danger is, you need to go to twitter.com/Lauren patreon.com/LaurenDanger, and maybe consider checking out her Etsy work where she does handmade leatherwork crafts. I just bought something for my mom, and she's so excited to use it. She even wrote a thank you letter to Lauren, which Lauren replied back to, which I passed along. I'm middlemaning this conversation so hard. Destroy a vital support base for the elite foe. Complication at a d6. Oops. Whoa. 4. Complication is the PCs are being used as speed bumps by the brass. To further that makes it clear they don't expect this mission to succeed, and you are just drawing out the elites. Perfect. Sorry, Slight Quills. This actually isn't technically a GM turn. I do have all of my GM turn stuff here. But I'm currently wrapping up the 5th part of a 4-part series. Adventure creation for a Mercenary Legion campaign. So, we've got the area we want this to take place in. We've got our objectives. We need some combat complications and some stealth features. Let's see what we've got. Oh, we needed the name. It is Operation Shadowfall. Shadowfall. 19. Combat complication. They've seized a resource that must not be ruined. The elites have seized a resource that cannot be ruined. And you know what that resource is? A TL5 power generator that, if damaged, will destroy the planet. Yes, the dice bag is in the parcel, Lauren. I didn't have any problems with the dice bag. There was no non-flexibility to it. I asked my mom about it, and she also felt that it was quite flexible. She flipped it inside out, so because there was something at the bottom that I didn't see, and she said, "Oh, there's something at the bottom," and I said, "What?" And I looked inside. It said "Orange Jesus," because she had flipped it inside out. Yeah, I don't see it as being an issue. Maybe being in the mail softened it up a bit. Stealth features. 1. When is the premiere for the Stars Without Numbers game? It will probably be whenever one of my other campaigns stops. I know that Sid Alpha and Kelsa are definitely vying hard to be part of the... So, just to take a moment to fill in anyone that this is their first time, this is both books. This is Sons of Gold, which is a Merchant Prince campaign. It's also Starvation Cheap, which is a Mercenary Legion campaign. How I'm doing this is I'm splitting the galaxy into 3 parts. This part is Sons of Gold, merchant trading, where we've set up all of these wonderful charts right here about how you can trade, what's on each planet. You've got all this over here with price modifiers and such. The other side of the galaxy over here is in constant battle. The players will be playing mercenaries who own a ship. They play 2 sets of characters. One is the brass, who make decisions on how the war is going to go, and the second set of characters are the squad members who take out the objectives and die in the process. So we're setting up how those people are going to die right here. Stealth features. A thick matting of native underbrush. So let's make sure that we've got that on the list. Environmental complications. So I don't have a specific date in mind for this show yet, but it'll probably happen fast. 12. Environmental complication. A native plant explodes on disturbance. The marl bush explodes on disturbance. Map features. People and events. Since we don't have an urban area here, we don't need to worry about it. 7. A sympathetic local is critically injured. Environmental features by terrain type. We're going to get 2 of these for the mountainous terrain of the area. 4 and 3. A perfect observation point and an ambush choke point. Ambush choke point. Alright. Now we need to begin. First off, let's create the area a little larger. Turn off grid. You know what? I think I'm going to just set the whole background to black. Because that white really just whites everything out. As one would expect from white. Maybe black's not the best color. Like a light gray. I mean, at least... Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Goal is to create a character that can tell a story just by looking at the picture. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm totally behind looking at pictures and making stories for them. PC insertion point is going to be from the west. Insertion point. Let's get that inside the area. What do we got? What do we got? Perfect observation point. Well, obviously this observation point is where the squad is. And we also need a ambush point. So it's probably going to be between, it's going to be a canyon. And then we need to do mountains. Wow, this is sinister as heck sounding. And then I want to do that at an angle to make like a shield wall. Oops. Why isn't it moving it? What is going on here? There we go. Now let's angle it some more. Give it kind of a thing like that. So we got these mountains blocking the path, but down here they can go around the ambush point. And I think that it's going to be a double. It's a double blind. Here's the thing. And the ambush point is actually sympathetic local. And these elites are here. They know that the unit is in place. Elite stealth warriors. Mountain warfare. In place. Still ready to roll rocks downhill. And I think they're probably also a vehicle unit. 2 armored vehicles. And they need to be right in the path to prevent anybody from either direction, either from here, either from here or what? This way or this way, from reaching Allied unit in hiding, waiting for orbital precision beacon. Turned their signalers off because of presence. Elite jamming. Alright. So now down here we need a base, right? We need a military base. And we need it to not be that color. And we actually need it to be on the regular layer. And this base provides advanced power generation for the region. That's still on the GM layer. Three squads of 4 soldiers guarding, plus 4 engineers and a psychic. Behind the base, and the reason why they can't just bombard it from orbit is mulberry fields. Fields of highly explosive vegetation. Okay, battlefield encounters. We also need a group. Haste is needed for, so 2d20 for haste and wreckage, plus 3d12 for what a random encounter is doing. 10. Haste is needed because the enemy is pinned. Needed because the enemy has the allied unit pinned and will soon capture it. The wreckage of the battlefield is 5. A dead family and their rifled possessions. Huge bud shooting at the ships in orbit. Intel says it's just random light. That's no random light. Intel messed up. Local activity. A group of refugees tending to the weak or wounded at a broke open prison. Tending to their wounded and weak at a broke open prison. Well, guys, we did it. I would like to know more. Do you think you're psychic? Maybe you are. That's it for Stars Without Numbers. Finally done. Literally prepped a ton of adventures for 2 different campaigns. 2 entire campaigns, 12 factions. There's a lot going on here. So thank you for joining me for that. I'll be switching over to Fortnite